So, a couple questions here, good questions. What about when men look at porn regularly prior to a relationship and then enter to it? Well, what about when a bear poops in the woods, right? I mean, that's what happens, you know? Like a lot of young guys look at porn and then they get into a relationship, right? They're also trying to screw anything with a pulse a lot of the time, and so are many women. So that's certainly not a pejorative. That's viva la youth, right? But point is, they stop doing that too. So if you get into a relationship, you try to calm down and stop doing some of your more, deleterious behaviors that are going to have a massive impact or really any negative impact on your relationship, which would include stopping porn, stopping getting wasted, stopping going on like boys trips to Vegas where you take the stripper's thing off with your teeth, all of that stuff. You should stop. Okay, but then it says, okay, but so the thing is stop. That's the answer to the first. And of course, that's easier said than done. So, especially if you're an addictive personality, if you really keep using a lot of porn despite having a good sex life with your new partner, then go to a therapist, right? Or, find a like minded community. There's a lot of people who are trying to stop, and you can find one of them. Next point is if porn use did not exist prior to the relationship, which would be unusual. But anyway, and developed in the process of the relationship, what happened that porn is now a factor? Well, I mean, what happens when people start drinking more? What happens when people start eating more? When you're not in the new honeymoon stage of a relationship, you're not hyped up on adrenaline, oxytocin, and, dopamine, all of these things. So you're going to not feel as good, especially if you tend toward depression at all. You're going to start self-medicating, whether it's food, alcohol, porn, whatever. And obviously, the sex isn't as exciting. The woman isn't new. It's that saying that's applicable for both genders. For every beautiful woman, there's a man tired of effing her. Obviously works in the gender inverse as well. So that's when, for men who particularly have addictive personalities, the porn use really ramps up, is after the honeymoon stage. It's not as exciting anymore, not on her end, not on his end. They're not addicted to the high of new relationship energy. And then, if he doesn't have a lot of insight, he starts to feel very entitled. Well, it's all her fault. We used to be doing anal 2 times a week, and now what does she give me? Only missionary 2 times a week. So I deserve to be looking at thousands of naked women cavorting on the internet. That is my due. Does she know how hard I work? Right? And so we get into this kind of a dynamic. And that's the answer to the question. Thank you so much.